with all of the hype about brunch on Instagram all the time, everyone's always like, brunch so hard, or like hashtag brunch, hashtag whatever. I thought it would be cool to start a new series on my channel all about brunch, etiquette, and entertaining. I grew up in a family that was always having different events, parties, and brunches and things like that, and I took away some tips from my grandmother and my mom that I thought I would share with you guys. So this past weekend I decided to plan a fall brunch for my family and my best friend Allie, and we had an amazing time, and I'm going to share all of my secrets with you guys, so keep watching. This time around, I wanted to plan something that was going to be sweet and savory and also budget friendly, because I am only 21 and we can't be spending thousands of dollars on brunches, although I would like to. So my first tip when you want to plan a brunch is to first of all have a theme around it. So obviously it is fall, I wanted a fall themed brunch, and that was the first place that I started when I decided to plan my menu. You want to consider the people that are coming to the event. Maybe they're vegetarian, maybe they have certain food allergies. It's always kind of nice to kind of think about everyone that's coming before you start picking out the food. You also need to think about how many people are coming, and if it's only a couple people, it's pretty simple. Once you get into those larger numbers, you want to really simplify the menu and maybe have some things kind of ready to go the couple nights before, and that way it's a lot easier. But for this, I only had 6 people, so it wasn't too bad. I decided to make 2 main dishes, which were my sausage and spinach casserole, and then I also made these amazing smoked potatoes, and they were so good, and they were really easy because the eggs I was able to mix together the night before and leave it in the refrigerator, and that way an hour before everyone was going to come over, I just popped it in the oven and it was good to go. This egg bake is a really healthy version of the normal egg casseroles. The normal egg casseroles are so high in carb and fat because it's a lot of bread and cheese, and this one is very macro friendly, and I will have the recipe linked down below on my Instagram, on my Hales Health Instagram. You guys can check that out if you are interested. Now it's always good to have a balance of sweet and savory, so I decided to also make some mini gluten-free pancakes that I served with a low sugar maple syrup, and I mixed in some organic apple butter and microwaved it for a couple seconds to get it warm, and that way it was just a little bit of a sweetness. Instead of doing rolls or croissants, that was kind of the second starch next to the potatoes. It's tradition for brunches to have some sort of bar, like a coffee bar, a drink bar, something that when your guests arrive, it's the first thing that they are going to be greeted with. So for this particular brunch, I decided to do an apple cider bar, and depending on the age limits, we are over 21 at my house, so minus my brother. You can chill the apple cider and then mix it either with a sparkling wine, a Prosecco, champagne if you're really feeling fancy. It's always good to also offer a variety of tea or coffee depending on what the person likes. Now when everyone got to my house, I was still kind of baking some things, getting things ready, so it's always nice to have a spread of danishes or pastries and fruit beforehand. So I had some fresh apples, I had bought a caramel apple at Whole Foods, and then a couple little pastry things that people could kind of nosh on before the brunch, which was great because they were really hungry and I was running a little bit behind. To cut down on all of the time that you would make for the pastries and everything, I decided to just purchase those. It was not expensive at all. I bought a couple macaroons, some cookies, and I cut up some of the Trader Joe's A Pumpkin Walked Into a Bar, which is the pumpkin like Fig Newton sort of thing, and everybody loved those. I also had out some pumpkin spice caramel corn, some varieties of trail mix, and a little bit of candy corn just for like a festive touch. When it comes to decoration, I like to use a lot of natural looking things. In a tall hurricane glass, I just filled the first quarter of it with popcorn kernels and then put some miniature gourds and pumpkins in there. I had a floral arrangement. I kept the popcorn decor going with the utensil holder. I just filled a little glass with more kernels and stuck the forks and knives in there. And then I had on the marble slab some white themed pumpkins and gourds and a little nice candle holder. Just looked really cute. Another tip is to use things that you are actually going to eat as your decor rather than spending a ton of money in the decor. It was nice to kind of have the apples out. People ended up eating them later, and then the popcorn is something that you can definitely pop later on if you want during the day, and the candy corn just kind of brought in that nice festive touch as well, but people ended up eating that too, so it ended up being pretty reasonable. Now this entire thing only cost me around $100, and that might sound like a lot of money, but when you really put it into perspective, dinners and events cost a lot more than that, and that was everything featuring the drinks, the decor, all of the ingredients that I used to cook the food, and I thought that that was a pretty reasonable amount for what we got out of it. Plus we had extra food left over. My grandparents ended up coming over and it was a really great time. Plus it's fun because Sundays are football days right now, so we were all able to watch the game and have brunch together, which was really, really cool. So with brunch, you don't want to be feeling really stressed out. That's why I kept it simple with just 2 to 3 main dishes and then some extra little things people can snack on, plus the drinks. So if you guys like this video, if you guys want a brunch video every month, every season, different ideas and recipes, let me know what you guys think about this below. Maybe we can do some cool DIY stuff for like the decor. I don't know, I just kind of like doing this entertainment style video, and I hope you guys do too. So I hope you're having a great week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!